asked me to do a brief overview of all the gear that we're bringing on our backpacking trip this year. We just got finished doing Puckasaw, which was a 120 kilometer round trip in and out along the coastal trail there. Now we're sitting at one of our favorite spots here, which is Warp Bay on Lake Superior Coastal Trail. This will be the beginning of the coastal trail, but the gear that you see here is exactly the same gear that we brought with us on our last trip and what we're using this year for all of our adventures. First off, we'll start with the big three, and unlike a lot of the gear loadouts that you'll see online, what we've tried to do here is we've really tried to optimize for a two-person setup. So everything you'll see here, so the weight is being distributed equally between each of us. We've tried to use two-person gear wherever possible, both to help reduce weight and to also increase the comfort for us. So let's get started. First off, we'll start with number one here, which is our Zpacks Duplex tent. This thing here is new to us, and there's been so many benefits to this tent that we didn't foresee, which include the amount of time that it takes to dissipate water off the fabric, the ease of setting it up, the adjustability, and also, I mean, this tent literally has so much more room than what we're used to with our previous two-person tent that we were using, and it only weighs 19 ounces. So this has been a very good piece of gear for us. The next one we have here is the Exped Hyperlite Duo. This is the standard size pad. So this is a two-person sleeping pad. In the past, we were using the Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite regular size pads, trying to hold them together with bungee cords and the different sort of pad straps to keep everything together. And we always noticed that we were getting a crack between us that was causing us to get cold at night. And this has been one of the best purchases that we've had so far in terms of increasing our sleep comfort. To go along with the two-person sleeping pad, we've also invested in an Enlightened equipment accomplice sleeping bag here. This is the 850 fill down bag with the 7-weight material on the outside and the inside of the bag. And typically we were using 32-degree bags, like 0 degrees Celsius, but because we're using the two-person camp mat here, and because we're using the two-person quilt, we're able to share body heat, which allowed us to go up to the 40-degree bag, 6 degrees Celsius bag, and it's actually been the warmest and the best sleep that we've ever had in the backcountry. And we've been sleeping in this for, I think, somewhere around 10 days in a row right now, and it's literally changed how we've been sleeping at night in the backcountry. So can't recommend this enough. Next piece of gear, as always, backpacks, one of the heaviest pieces of kit that anybody has. We're both using the same backpack. We have the 55 liter Zpacks Arc Blast. This is a very, very light backpack made out of Dynema Cuban fiber material. Very large screened mesh back to hold all kinds of things here. We actually upgraded to have the pocket, the waist pocket pouch, as well as the shoulder pouch, which I've moved from the shoulder down to here, and I like to carry my bear spray, my bear protection stuff down here. But very, very comfortable, and just literally weighs nothing. So that's a wrap on the big three. Next we can get into what we're using for our trekking poles here. Once again, on the Zpacks theme, we're just using the standard carbon fiber trekking poles that they have there. They seem to be working great so far. We didn't have any complaints with our previous trekking poles. We're just opting to get the most lightweight gear as possible because we're doing a lot of hiking this year, and as you all know, every ounce matters when you're out there. So to keep our quilt dry. Make sure that it's never ever accumulating any moisture once we've dried it. We've also purchased the large stuff sack, Dynema Cuban fiber from Zpacks as well, which literally weighs nothing, is very, very strong. The next thing we have here, both Laura and I are using the same setup here, which is a dry bag that also is a multi-purpose tool. We can hold our clothes in here, and then when we get to camp we can flip it inside out, and all of a sudden this becomes our pillow. I never had good results with the blow-up pillows. I actually like something like this a little bit better, and this has been another great benefit to helping us sleep at night. So next thing, and we've been using these Z-seats, these little fold-up pieces of styrofoam for years now. I think we've both had these since 2017 or so. You know, you can use them for sitting, you can use them for kneeling, you can use them for fanning a fire, you can use them for shielding the wind around when you're cooking. You know, they're just literally one of the most versatile pieces of gear that anybody can get. I highly recommend this for anybody that's getting into camping, ultralight camping, in terms of just giving you somewhere comfortable to sit. Next here we have our repair kit. I won't go into all the details of the repair kit, but we have patches, we have glue, we have a sewing kit, we have zip ties, we have replacement buckles for all and zippers. We have a little pair of scissors and batteries, and you know, just sort of everything that we need in case of anything in our entire kit fails. We're ready to repair it on the fly. The next thing we have here is our trusty, this is made by TP-Link. This is a 20,000 milliamp battery pack. This is usually good for around 6 charges of our iPhones. Keeps us going for the whole trip typically. We usually don't use a lot of it, but next thing, in case of emergencies, we've also upgraded to an InReach Explorer Plus. We've actually had to use this in one situation where we've helped somebody else that was in trouble on the trail last year. I wouldn't leave home without something like this. We're going pretty far off the grid here, where there's basically no cell phone signal for days and days at a time. So something that I would recommend everyone to have, sort of a device like this. We can text our parents, we can text our friends, we can communicate when required. Another piece of gear that isn't really a necessity, this is more of a luxury that I always seem to lug around with me, is just having access to some kind of a saw. I used to carry around a hatchet with me, and I found that this is a lot. I like to have fires at night. I like that, and so this is made by Fiskars, just from Canadian Tire, and it's just a general saw that they have. We're both carrying these small pack towels. Here's our pack covers for our backpacks as well. We're both carrying a pair of headphones or earbuds for our iPhones in case we want to listen to music. We both have one of these Petzl E-Light headlamps, and these literally weigh nothing. They take watch batteries, which I believe you get around 8 hours of life on a battery. So very, very light, almost weighs nothing. We both carry a pocket knife. This has been my pocket knife since I was in Scouts. I've probably had this for more than 30 years already, and I know it's big, I know it's not necessary, but it's just an old buck Scout light knife that I've had for many, many years. On top of that, we both carry a can of bear spray. We both carry air horn. Luckily, we've never had any encounters with black bears in the backcountry, but we all know the longer we spend in the backcountry that it's sort of inevitable. One day we will see one, so we feel more comfortable being as prepared as possible to deal with any critters that we come across out here. So. Next thing that we'll talk about here is what we're doing for our water filtration. To meet our day-to-day needs when we're hiking, we're both carrying a full, these are 591 milliliter Gatorade bottles. We like to have the big spout because we do a lot of protein shakes and Gatorade powders and that type of stuff. It makes it a lot easier to pour the stuff in there. We're also using, we also carry our own Katadyn Bee-Free. We were using a platypus gravity system before that, and don't get me wrong, that's a great system too. Just the ease of use of this system, just go in the lake, fill it up, drink right out of the bottle. I mean, you just can't beat the simplicity of this system, and I couldn't recommend this more. It's also substantially lighter than the Gravity Works system. And on top of that, this also generates a redundancy. So if Laura's filter clogs up or we lose one, we have another backup filter here that we can use in the case of one of ours getting damaged or losing one. When we get back to camp, we also carry 2 of these 1 liter platypus water bags. We just use these because it saves the number of trips that we have to go back and forth grabbing water. Sometimes if we're in a hurry the next morning, we like to have these things filled up and just be ready to go in the morning. But this gives us a total capacity of about just over 5 liters of water here, so plenty of water for us. Next thing we'll touch on here, and this is just about finished, but we're using 2 750 milliliter Toaks titanium pots, and we have 2 separate stoves. This is a GSI stove. The other one is one off of Amazon, and this system here is something that we've just migrated to. We were using another system built for 2 that was quite large and quite cumbersome. But what we're finding is typically we're just using one of these for boiling water. We're sharing our coffee out of one cup. We're really narrowing down to using one. But when we're cooking our meals at the end of the day, this system actually works very, very well together, and it actually shaved almost a half a pound off of the entire setup of what we were doing before. Last thing we'll talk about here is these are our 2 food bags. So between these 2 bags, we're going to be out here on this particular trip for about 5 days. So we have approximately 18 pounds of food here. So this is once again bought from Zpacks. This is their bare food bag hanging kit, and what it comes with is Dynema Cuban fiber rock bag. It comes with some rope as well, and then comes with the bag itself and the carabiners already set up on that. So we carry 2 of those. As the load gets lighter, we both benefit from the reduction in weight. And then inside of our food bag, we actually carry all of our food inside of this, I think the material is called Nylofume. And this Nylofume inside bag here is supposed to help suppress any odors that the food is generating to help reduce the risk of the bears coming and smelling the food. So if you're interested in more information about optimizing your backpacking gear for 2 people, we've put a lot of time and effort into finding the optimal solution for us, and we'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. We'll also be linking a lot of this product to below, so that you can find it and you can actually see where you can purchase it as well online. And we'll also get you a total weight on where our backpacks actually are right now. Like, I know some of these things, this is 19 ounces. I know this, I don't remember every single detail about how much everything actually weighs, but I believe that our base weight right now is somewhere around the 10-pound range, but we'll get you the exact number once we have everything tabulated. So thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.